"She slept with my husband." Those are not tabloid words. Those are the words Jessica Mulroney has been saying quietly, consistently, and according to multiple people, without hesitation. And the woman she's accusing is Meghan Markle, not a stranger, not a rival, a friend, a sister. The woman who stood inside her home, styled her wardrobe, held her children, and sat front row at her wedding. Tonight, this is not palace PR. An anonymous, this is not coded language or polite speculation. Names are being named. Timelines are being laid out. And the story being told is how one of the most visible friendships in modern celebrity culture allegedly collapsed into betrayal, manipulation, and an affair that detonated a marriage. This is not gossip, it's an allegation. And it has been circulating quietly for years. To understand how something this serious could happen, you have to go back to the beginning, before crowns, before California, before silence became a strategy. Before Meghan Markle became a duchess, she was an actress in Toronto with ambition and limited reach. At the same time, before Jessica Mulroney became a cautionary headline, she was a stylist embedded in Canada's elite circles, married into power, and connected in ways that most people simply are not. When these two women met, people close to the situation say it wasn't random. It was chemistry, yes, but it was also access and opportunity. Jessica Mulroney didn't just befriend Meghan Markle, she embedded her. She styled her, she introduced her, she brought her into rooms she wouldn't have entered on her own. Private events, media circles, political adjacency, social capital that takes years to build. Jessica wasn't just well-connected, she was married to Ben Mulroney, a media heavyweight with deep political lineage, a broadcaster whose surname opened doors quietly but effectively. This wasn't casual friendship energy, this was infrastructure. Vacations together, constant calls, social media praise, inside jokes, public loyalty. Jessica wasn't a background character in Meghan's life. According to people who watched it unfold, she was the scaffolding. Minnesota. When Meghan began dating a British prince, Jessica was reportedly among the first people she called. Her children were part of the royal wedding, walking down the aisle in front of global cameras. That moment alone cemented how close this relationship appeared to be. This wasn't just friendship. This was proximity to history. But friendships built on access don't fracture like ordinary friendships. They crack slowly, and the first fault line is almost always imbalance. People close to the situation say Jessica gave more than she received. She offered wardrobe access, emotional support, introductions, credibility. She smoothed the awkward transition from actress to royal girlfriend. She helped manage optics. She showed up consistently. What Meghan gave back, according to those same sources, was visibility. Not protection, not loyalty, visibility. Observers noticed it early. Meghan leaned on the Mulroney name when Canadian credibility mattered. Ben Mulroney's connections weren't optional, they were strategic. At that stage, this wasn't about romance or scandal, it was positioning. And Jessica has reportedly acknowledged that the mistake she made was treating Meghan like family. She didn't keep score. She didn't track favors. She didn't set boundaries, but people close to her say Meghan did. As Meghan's ambition accelerated, loyalty became conditional. And when ambition grows faster than loyalty, someone is always left behind. What Jessica didn't realize at the time was that the foundation of the friendship wasn't solid. It was temporary, and the first real test was coming. That test arrived in 2020 when Jessica's name became radioactive overnight. Headlines turned hostile, brands dropped her, networks cut ties, public view. And according to people close to her, there was one person who could have shifted the temperature instantly: Meghan Markle. She didn't. There was no public support, no private reassurance, no call, no message. Meghan went silent. Not confused silence, strategic silence. Sources say this was the moment Jessica understood that the friendship was already over. When everything was burning, Meghan was gone. Jessica lost contracts. She lost visibility. She lost the protection that proximity once provided. Meghan protected herself. To those close to Jessica, this wasn't distancing. It was abandonment. And you don't disappear from someone's life at their lowest point by accident. You make a decision. But according to sources, the silence wasn't the deepest betrayal. The real damage, they say, was unfolding much closer to home. While Jessica was fighting for her career, her marriage was under strain. And this is where Meghan Markle's name enters a deeply uncomfortable space. People familiar with the situation say Meghan didn't just drift away from Jessica. She remained close to Ben Mulroney. Late-night calls, shared appearances, extended time together. Situations where the line between family friend and something more began to blur. Toronto circles noticed, people whispered, Jessica felt it. According to sources, she confronted Meghan privately. What didn't happen is just as important as what did. There was no clear denial, no firm reassurance, no boundary drawn. Instead, people say Meghan deflected, minimized, changed the subject, and continued moving forward into her new life and new image. And no. Jessica stayed behind, watching her marriage weaken while the woman she trusted remained uncomfortably close to her husband. Those close to her insist this wasn't jealousy or paranoia. It was intuition that went unaddressed. What came later is what officially ended the friendship. According to multiple sources, Jessica Mulroney has stated the allegation plainly, without theatrics and without hesitation. Meghan Markle slept with her husband, not once, not accidentally, but as part of a pattern. Sources allege Meghan cultivated an inappropriate closeness with Ben Mulroney under the cover of familiarity and professionalism. Shared travel, private gatherings, extended time together where boundaries allegedly dissolved. Witnesses noticed things that didn't sit right. Lingering touches, private conversations, moments that felt out of place. This wasn't a rumor born online. According to those who've heard Jessica speak, it was a realization born in hindsight. She began retracing timelines. Messages, late-night texts exchanged during high-profile events, communications that suddenly made sense once her marriage collapsed. Jessica did not go to the press. She didn't leak, and she didn't monetize the story. She told it quietly to people she trusted, and according to those people, she wasn't speculating. She was stating what she believed to be fact. If this were only emotional betrayal, some believe it might have stayed buried. But sources say Jessica was left with more than heartbreak. She was left with evidence. And that is where denial became harder. Publicly, Meghan Markle's brand is empowerment, sisterhood, advocacy, and moral clarity. Privately, people who've watched her inner circle shrink describe a different pattern. Alliances form quickly, value is extracted efficiently, and when someone becomes inconvenient, the connection ends cleanly. Jessica, they say, wasn't the first to experience this. She may simply be the most damaging example. Relationships ignite, access is gained, loyalty is assumed. Then comes distance, silence, erasure. Jessica's allegation adds a darker layer. Not just abandonment, but intrusion, crossing into a marriage, and crossing a line that cannot be uncrossed. According to those close to her, this isn't about resentment, it's about behavior. And behavior repeated over time becomes character. Which brings the story to where it sits now, unresolved, unstable, and quietly dangerous. Meghan Markle has not responded. Her camp has offered no denial, no clarification, no acknowledgement. Sources say that silence is deliberate because responding would require engaging with timelines, and timelines demand answers. Jessica Mulroney, meanwhile, is no longer protecting anyone. Her marriage is over. Her career is rebuilding, and those closest to her say her patience is gone. She isn't shouting. She isn't leaking recklessly. She's waiting. And that, according to people watching closely, is what makes this situation volatile. The allegations are already circulating through elite social circles in Toronto and beyond, quietly, credibly, among people who know both sides personally. Other former friends are watching. If Jessica decides to speak fully, she may not be alone. This is how walls crack, not from noise, but from pressure. The question now isn't whether this story exists, it's how long it can be contained. This isn't celebrity drama. It's a structural exposure of what happens when ambition outruns loyalty, when proximity to power replaces ethics, and when silence is used as a shield. Jessica Mulroney lost her marriage. She lost her reputation. She lost years protecting someone she believes never intended to protect her in return. And Meghan Markle now faces an allegation she cannot manage forever through image control alone. Because this time, the accusation isn't abstract, it's personal. 9, it's named. And according to those repeating it, it's backed. Are you satisfied with this rewritten script? Or would you like revisions before we proceed?